Hi, my name is Kaylee Goodwin, and today I'm going to talk about why Meatless Mondays are good for the environment. Meatless Mondays not only benefit the environment, but the individual that partakes in it. They contribute by using less greenhouse gases, limiting fuel necessities, as well as reducing water consumption, which are all three huge issues that contribute deeply to climate change. And Meatless Mondays aren't new. Many people think that they're new and fresh because of the new age of veganism and vegetarianism and other plant-based diets that have recently become more popular. But they were actually first used in the World Wars. While all the men were away fighting at war and there was no one left at home to farm or produce livestock, the women and the other men that were left at home contributed to Meatless Mondays, where they conserved their meat and they saved it because there wasn't enough. And it was brought back in 2003. The impact of the meat industry is contributing to climate change and pollution more than all of the world's transportation systems combined. And if you really think about that, you have to take into account the cars, the planes, the trains, all the trucks, every sort of mode of transportation in the entire world. All of that combined doesn't equal up to the impact of the meat industry. And the CO2 that's released from a pound of meat is greater than burning 1 gallon of gasoline. Many people contribute climate change to gasoline and the transportation systems, which is true, but the meat industry actually has the bigger impact, and subtle changes like Meatless Mondays can really help benefit the environment and protect it for years to come from the future generations. And livestock accounts for more than 14% of global gas emissions. So you think about all of the things that contribute to global gas emissions all over the world, all of the different things, and livestock is still at 14%, which is a huge percentage compared to the other ones. And the runoff from the farms that produce the livestock and grazing is one of the leading causes of pollution in rivers and lakes, and can also carry bacteria and viruses. So we think about the limited fresh water that we have in the world and how often we hear to conserve our water and to save it and everything. And the runoff from the farms into the lakes and rivers is polluting what little water we have. And that doesn't happen in all aspects, but in many cases, there is bacteria and viruses in the water. And reducing the water usage reduces the energy required to deliver, which helps to reduce pollution and conserve fuel resources. It takes 683 gallons of water to produce 1 gallon of milk. That is such a huge amount of water, and you think about all of the countries across the world that are less fortunate and have to struggle just to find fresh water to drink, when 683 gallons of it go into making 1 gallon of milk. And to make that number even higher, it takes more than 2,400 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of beef. That's so much water that could be used for so many other things, to help people, to help the homeless, and so many people that don't have access to clean water. And we're using it to make meat and to produce milk and everything in between. But in contrast, 1 pound of tofu only requires 244 gallons of water. So compare that, 683 gallons for 1 gallon of milk compared to 2,400 gallons for 1 pound of beef. And compare that to the 244 gallons of water it takes to produce 1 pound of tofu, which is clearly the best option to help the environment and to help stop climate change. And it's an easy way to conserve the shrinking amount of fresh water in the world. But skipping eating meat 1 day a week will help the environment so deeply, and will help benefit each individual that's included in it. And Meatless Mondays greatly contribute to saving the environment through many different ways. And at this point in this time, it's easier than ever to become vegetarian, vegan, or any type of plant-based diet, anything like that. It's so easy to become that way because there's so many options out there nowadays. Every restaurant has a vegan option, or it has everything. And it's such an easy way to help the planet and to help stop climate change. And each person that gains more of an awareness of how they are contributing to the meat industry and the failing environment, or takes even the smallest step in the right direction, including Meatless Mondays, to help make things better, contribute to the big change that will help our future.